ignorance is greater than sin. The ignorance of salvation is what makes sin still looks powerful. The ignorance of deliverance is what makes oppression still what looks powerful. The ignorance of peace is what makes sorrow powerful. So ignorance is actually greater than sin. Why? Sin has been dealt with. So now that sin has been dealt with, what will you say, Prophet Joel, is the greatest problem of man? The greatest problem of man is worry. Write it down. What did I say? Your greatest problem is your worries. Worry can keep you from operating in the salvation you already have. Worry is a container. It's a limiter. And when the Lord was speaking to me about worries, and you can sense how much He loves us. Sin has been dealt with. Why are these people unable to arise and shine? And I was sharing with some of my brethren by the car last night, late in the night, simply because of worry. Don't you know that this world has programmed you to chase a tomorrow you cannot catch? What I say, this world has programmed you to what? Chase a tomorrow that you can never catch. If you look at the Bible carefully, you will discover that Jesus Christ never wanted us to bother ourselves with things that are not within our power. If tomorrow is not within your power, why are you worried about it? It's arrogance to even make you feel you will see tomorrow. Who told you tomorrow is guaranteed? It is the one you've been given that is guaranteed. The rest is hope. And a hope that is a product of the faith you have in the one who has given you hope for tomorrow. For a man on a mission, there's no untimely death. Are we together? This word has told you that live long, For a man on a mission, there's no what? Untimely death. You can die at age 40, a very fulfilled man. And you can die at age 120, an unfulfilled man. So it's worry. What is the greatest problem of man? Let me tell you something he told me. The resources that you hope for in your tomorrow, with which you want to change your life, is actually in your today. There is no resources that can change your life in tomorrow. Everything you need to change your life is in your now. Don't worry, a time will come when I will have this. No, sir. Don't worry about that time. If you use now well, now we create the tomorrow you are looking for. The Lord told me something very strange. God is not the one that builds your life. God partners with you to build your life. They've taught you that. Don't worry, God, everything. Yes, you acknowledge God, but you have your ways that you commit into His hands. He directs your path. You operate in the direction. When it comes to building greatness, it's a partnership between God and man. Except the Lord keeps watch of His city, the watchman watches in vain. He's not telling you that the watchman is useless. He's saying without the partnership of the Lord, the watchman's effort is useless. So you can also say, if it's only the Lord that watches the city without a watchman, that city is operating in foolishness. Because if the Lord wants to speak to someone about danger, who will He speak to? So guess what? A lot of people sit down complaining about, explaining failure, complain about many things. Meanwhile, they're ignoring the sound voice telling them, what do you have in your now, in your hands? I will not gather you here to give you false hope. I will tell you the truth by which kings war. When will your life change? When you realize that your life is changing. You are either in control of the change or your friends are in control of the change. You are either in control of the change or the government is in control of the change. But your life is already changing, whether you like it or not. Now, if you look at worry, you discover that worry hinges on many things. What is the first thing that makes man worry? Uncertainty. He's uncertain. The average man is uncertain. Forget the show of boldness. He's entering the business. He has done all the whole analysis, but he's still uncertain. So there's fear. The second thing that makes man worry is his inability to see the value in what he has in his presence. In his what? His presence. Whatever you are doing now is actually a revelation of what is going to bless you tomorrow. Whatever step you take now, actually accumulating for your greatness or your fall tomorrow. Every movement that you are seeing now, the decisions you took to disconnect from negative atmospheres, the decisions you took to take your life in your hands and move to a new city, or expand what you are doing now by faith, not knowing whether it will work. Those are the decisions that change your life. The greatest men that ever lived on earth, they were controversial men because they didn't move with the crowd. One man was complaining to the angel. We are the testimonies we heard our father say, we are this. The angel kept quiet. After I finished speaking, the angel said, go in this, die. The might you have now, go with it. God will now appear to me and say, my son, begin to take that business now to social media. I have opened the door. No, sir. If you are ready to grow, God is ready to build you. If you are ready to run, God is ready to supply strength. As simple as what I'm saying may sound, it will take away your worry. Do not worry about what you cannot control. The things that are seen are temporal. The ones you can see is in your control. The ones you cannot see outside your control. Allow the one that is not seen to handle what you cannot see. No, but Pastor, my life is in God's hand. I want God to take care of me. Okay, don't bath. And then pray and ask God to come and bath you. It's so simple. I'm a very practical Christian. I'm a very practical Christian. I don't deceive myself. Religious fallacies are only good for the hall. But when you meet life, you discover that you've been a fool. You want to expand, you can begin expansion, Braola, today. Brachima, that you are doing can expand today. If you lack the grace for expansion, pray for wisdom. There is something we are not seeing. That's why we're still here. That's all. Movers are men of vision. People that can see where others are not seeing. If you live beyond worry, you will discover that for the first time in your life, you will begin to live. Your rent is due in 3 weeks. Why are you worried? If you worry, will it bring the rent by some miracle? That's why I told you that sorrow is a garment. You can choose to wear it. I've discovered that you cannot do productive thinking while you're worrying. The teachings of Jesus are practical. Religious men decided to spiritualize it and make it vague. It was practical. He showed us practical things. Look at the way the animals live. The third reason why we worry, sir, is because we are looking at our lives from the lenses of our friends. Oh, look at this, my friend. Do you think if that your friend goes through what you are going through, he can still survive? Be grateful for your strength. That's why I say I can encourage you, but I cannot totally beat my chest and say, yes, I know what you are going through. I can tell you the solution. Oga, this is why preaching is a privilege of grace. Because the person you are preaching to may be stronger than you. What is going through, if you went through it, you would have backslided. A life that is beyond worries. When a man worries, he's always looking down. When last did you just go outside your house and just look at the night sky? I do that a lot. It will down on you that this world is bigger than that your problem. People don't like me. People don't like me. What people are we talking about? Who have you met? Where have you gone to? The you they are rejecting here is the you others in Lagos are looking for. See, if you know what you are the one that chose to wear whatever garment you are manifesting. A peasant boy that appreciates his slingshot will do more excellently with it than the garment of what? Of Saul. Saul's garment is expensive but not effective for you. Saul's garment is what? Expensive but what? Not effective for you. When life is too easy, the people will not have sense. Thank God for your enemies. Thank God for your failure. I told you some time ago, the thing that was pursuing you is what has increased your speed. Thank God for it. You know the greatness of a man by the greatness of his adversaries. You are nothing yet. Kings are your enemies. Thank God for it. It means there is a nation inside. You are just a star, yet kings are already. What do you do when you grow and you ain't time to rest? Expand your territory. Because rest in a small territory is temporal. When you get the man, get his house. When you get the house, get the kings of the city. Now, I don't know why the Lord wants to speak to us this way. But the simple truth is that if you can overcome worry, you've actually grown in your spiritual maturity. Now, I don't know how most of you walk with God, but my walk with the Lord is practical. I make friends with people whose walk with the Lord is practical. I can see challenges that they had and they overcame. Problems that came. Oh my God. Oh my God. You grew fast because you overcame many things.